everyone. So today I will talk about an interactive dashboard for sensor monitoring in smart manufacturing industry. So my discussion. Sorry, I think some glitches. Yeah. So my discussion is divided into 4 parts. First, I will try to motivate the problem of monitoring sensors and IoTs with visualization and a need for new system of approach. Then I will talk about our proposed approach. After that, I will go through the user studies that we conducted to accomplish our task. And finally, I will conclude the talk with the potential future scopes. So visualizing and interacting with large-scale data is an open problem in the context of information visualization. Let's say, for example, a smart manufacturing setup is spread over several buildings and workshops, and each those buildings contains several environment monitoring sensors. Visualizing information over a time period from each of these sensors separately requires a large screen state, and users may also require interacting with them or with the data of the sensor to infer performance objectives like productivity, pollution levels, safety issues, etc. And so all these make visualization challenging. So visualization for sensor monitoring very challenging. And existing visualization techniques for smart manufacturing explore the relationship among data by, let's say, establishing ontologies and visualizing network diagrams among different items. But to our knowledge, there were no detail on visualizing both temporal and spatial information of large-scale data, so that we can explore or we can analyze both the temporal and spatial information simultaneously. So existing smart manufacturing setup at Cranfield and Sheffield universities are exploring state-of-the-art virtual reality, augmented reality to explain the individual components. Or working principles of complex machines, but these systems and displays are not exclusively studied or used to visualize sensor data. So what we did, we explored and addressed the problem of large-scale sensor visualization and interaction from the following 3 facets. So we explored the network options to connect multiple sensors. We developed a 2D sensor dashboard, basic 2D sensor dashboard, by evaluating the 2D graphs. And we also developed 3D digital twin by evaluating 3D graphical primitives. So our proposed approach is divided in 3 parts. So first part has the IoT unit with a single board computer. And the second part has an interactive visualization module. And the third, it sends the early alerts to some device such as Android system or smartwatch or smartphone. So as you can see in the left picture, an IoT has a set of sensors which are connected to a single board computer. The data from the single board computer. So in our case, we tested with the PCDuino. The data from there are recorded and the sensor signals are then transferred to visualization module. And the visualization module would be, let's say, would be in 3D or 2D, and it will constantly monitor the sensor data and it will send alert in case of any discrepancies. And the alerts are sent to any, as I said, to any smartphone or smartwatch. So you can see in the picture in the right, the IoT module is consisting of three sensors here, and the data from these sensors, raw data, are directly transferred to the visualization module, which is connected to which is connected to a desktop or any computer. So we first undertook a study on 2D graphs. For the interactive visualization module, for designing an interactive visualization module, we first undertook a study on 2D graphs, and the results of this study are then used to develop a 2D sensor dashboard. So, but 2D visualization has some limitations. So we thought that 3D visualization has an advantage of extra dimension, and also VR display allows an immersive experience and can directly access the digital media, replicating the real world. So based on this observation, we also took an eye tracking study on 3D graphical primitives. So what are graphical primitives? So complex visualization objects is a collection of simple graphical primitives. For example, let's say any objects will be depicted in shape, size, or opacity. So I will come back to what graphical primitive is later. So the results of this study, 3D study also, we've taken to develop a 3D digital twin. So what is the use of the last study? So any interactive system allows user to interact with data at various stages. As I said, VR gives a real world experience, but sensations like tactile, etc. are not inherently present in VR. Since users do not get any feedback when interacting in VR, investigating various feedback modalities also becomes a necessity. So we undertook a study to explore the effects of feedback in VR. So our first study is on 2D visualization. So we undertook an eye tracking study to investigate how users interpret information from different 2D graphs. So what we did, we first developed a software consisting of four visualization techniques and a set of 5 questions. So as you can see, this is the interface of the software. So we considered bar graph, line graph, radar graph, and area graph. And we captured, while users were undertaking the task, we captured gaze locations to analyze users' attention on visualization on the visualization graphs. And we analyzed, apart from the ocular parameters, we analyzed the optimal number of clusters with EM algorithm and XBLIC cluster validation index. So why we used to analyze clusters, because our hypothesis was that less cluster would signify less movement of eye in that particular graph. So if a user is moving less in a particular graph, that means he is finding it easier to find the answer of the question. So I took the 9 participants participated in the experiment. So before the experiment, they were briefed about the experiment, and the eye tracker was calibrated. So as I said, this was the interface. So we found that the significant difference were observed in the response behavior across graph. And bar graph, there was a time and accuracy trade-off. So bar graph has highest correct answers, while radar graph has lowest. So area graph has the lowest response time, but area graph has fewest area, and radar graph has fewest cluster number. So as you can see, radar graph almost performed very badly in this out of these 4 graphs. So we leveraged the results. We took the advantage of the results of this study, and we developed a sensor dashboard. So it is a basic sensor dashboard. So to start with, so the main interface of the 2D dashboard displays the spatial information of sensors. As you can see in the picture left, it is a factory layout, and there are 4 IoTs somewhere in the layout. So the sensor values are represented with the color code. So from green to red based on the severity of sensor readings. And the projected display shown in the right displays the sensor readings as line or area graph, and warnings are indicated by bar graph. So what it does, it actually helps to explore the spatial and as well as temporal aspects of the sensor data in a single screen. But the disadvantage is that, so if the sensors are high or the IRTs are increases, so then the same problem will arise. But at least it is having the spatial and temporal information together. So coming to our second user study, so we did study on 3D visualization graphical primitives. What are graphical primitives? As I said, there are graphical objects that makes the complex visualization. So there are I compared 5 visual variables. I will term the graphical objects or primitives as visual variables. So 5 visual variables. Out of these 5, 3 are for numerical data and 2 are for nominal data. Size, opacity, and orientation represents numerical data, and color and shape represents nominal data as per Ward et al. So this is the figure in the right, bottom right is the full scene, is the virtual reality scene where the user can undertake the task. Again, there is a set of 4 questions with each visualization techniques, but now we are investigating the primitives, not the graph itself. So I analyzed fixation and saccade rates, revisit sequences. So what revisit sequence will do, it would provide information about how many times a participant scanned through a sequence of graphical objects. So you can see in the picture left, the numbers or the numerical values are represented by the size of the bar or the length of the bar. So in that way, in the similar way, some visualization will represent numerical value as opacity or orientation, and here the nominal value, which are temperatures nodes, humidity nodes, are represented by colors. Some values will be represented by shape. So I also recorded EEG data to analyze the cognitive load. So we again did the user study with 17 participants. So we designed and set up the VR environment using the Unity 3D game engine. So we found that bar in the area chart has the highest correct data interpretation. So size or bar siz's accuracy per unit time is higher than other charts. And we found that color makes it easier to interpret nominal data as compared to shape. And also the size variable performs favorably in terms of the count of revisit sequences. So we found that size performs better in all the metrics that we considered for analysis, and color performs better than shape. And we've also noticed significant difference among the 6 pairs of charts concerning cognitive load. So, and we also found that bar chart incurs the least cognitive load. So with the results, we developed a sensor digital twin with this sensor visualization. So this is actually our digital twin of our laboratory with sensor visualization. The dashboard is like we developed a basic one. The dashboard is still in early stage, and we have a long way to go. So what it does, it takes, it is reading the sensors. It is not reading the synthetic value. It is reading the real sensor values that is placed somewhere else. So we are connecting it through the like without wire. So what it does, it will help us monitor sitting in a place without the help, without being physically present there. And again, to study the effect of the VR, because we did while participants were undertaking the task, they had to do a lot of selection task and selection and again a deselection task. So we have to understand the effect of VR, so effect of interaction in VR. So what we did, we studied the effect of feedback on VR display. So we designed a study, like this study is designed by, it is inspired by the experiment reported by Fitts. So it's famously called Fitts law. So we designed a virtual environment that resembles the original FITS experiment in VR display. So the environment contains a platform tilted towards the participants. So the platform contains two cubes, as you can see in the picture left, equidistant from the center. And we considered three different width of the cubes and three different distance. So distance, we also arranged the distance. So there are total 9 study cases. And so we analyze the index of difficulty. So the experiment is conducted with 4 feedback cases. First one is there is no feedback to the participants. Second one is visual feedback, then haptic feedback. So visual feedback is the cube will turn green as the participant reaches that cube. And haptic is the VR controller. We use the HTC Vive Pro. So VR controller will give a haptic feedback as soon as the participant reaches the cube. And the fourth one is the combination of visual and haptic feedback. So we undertook the study with 12 participants, and we also logged the subjective feedback using NASA TLX to assess the cognitive load. So we found that visual and no feedback cases needed there's significantly higher movement times than haptic and multimodal feedback cases. Haptic, the time is very low in haptic feedback. So, and we also found that there was no significant difference between visual and no feedback cases. So the experienced cognitive load in haptic feedback case is not significantly different from the no feedback and visual feedback case. So the cognitive load is much lower in multimodal cases and in visual feedback cases. So what we did, this is actually the starting and early stages. We have a long way to go. So we can develop. We can perfect the interaction modality for the large scale data. So here we have taken only 4 IoTs, so 4 sensors, but we have to take it to much more so that we can replicate the real smart factory. So that's what perfecting interaction modality for large scale data to visualize both temporal and spatial data. And also we have to make more complex visualization, leveraging the results of the user studies, also the feedback study. So investigating different, also we want to investigate different technologies in the context of smart manufacturing. Thank you. So.